All right, guys, this is how to build a personal brand in 30 days, even if you're starting from zero. Okay, so we're going to break down a 30-day blueprint on how to build a personal brand step by step. Day number one, right? You started your personal brand. This is day number one. Get your pens and papers out. All right, the first thing that you must do is identify your market. What problem have you solved? So day number one, you have to ask yourself, what have you already solved? What problems can you help people solve? You know what market you're going to get into, whether that be fitness, whether that be sales, whether that be finance, whether that be real estate. Whichever market you're getting into, that's day number one. Identify the market, identify which problem you solved, right? And what angle specifically that you're going to start helping people solve this problem. Okay? Once you've done that, it's going to take you a few hours researching, trying to figure out how to do this, asking yourself what you're good at, weighing your strengths versus your weaknesses, right? And boom, day number one is, at the end of day number one, you should have your market, what problem have you solved, or what problem are you going to solve, and you document, okay? Next, number two, day number two. So day number one is passed. You know what market that you're in. You know what problem that you're going to solve. Day number two, you're going to start market research on all platforms. Okay. What this means is you're going to be researching what works in your specific niche. What works? What kind of videos are people already posting? What kind of videos are not posting? What are people posting that is doing well? Like, you're going to sit up there and you're going to go to TikTok. You're going to go to Instagram. You're going to go to YouTube, shorts and long form, and you're going to break down what's working and not working in your niche. Every single day, you should have a calendar, right? And a Google Sheet. I love Google Sheets. I got like 1 billion Google Sheets. I love to keep my life organized. Like, if I were you guys, I would have a Google Sheet of this stuff. And day one, identify your market. You got that figured out. Day two, market research. You need to put all your competitors in a niche in a Google Sheet. Look at all the videos they post, analyze why these videos did well, right? Analyze which ones did good versus not good. This is something that I do for my students, but that takes something it can be a lot of work, but you're trying to build a profitable business. Your Google Sheet should have every single competitor that you could think of, every single competitor that you found on every single platform, their best and worst videos, right? Which angles they're using to market, what they're avoiding, what their core message is. You should do all those things. That's day number two. That's going to take you quite a few hours. Okay? So day number two, market research on all platforms. After day number two is done, day number three, we're going to create your content research spreadsheet. Day number three is creating your content research spreadsheet. What this means is every single day you're going to be posting a specific type of content. That specific type of content, right? You're going to be analyzing it. Why did this do well? Why didn't this do well? Okay? That's your content research spreadsheet. Like I said, you got to get very familiar with Google Sheets. Very, very familiar. You're going to love you some Google Sheets, Excel, Google Sheets, whatever it is that you like to do, whatever spreadsheet format that you like, you need to get very, very comfortable with it because you're going to be using it a lot. So your content research spreadsheet should be day one, day two, day three, all the way to day 30, the kind of content you're going to make, the content pillar, the format, why this type of video you're going to make, right? And then you're going to analyze what's the result from, like, you're going to have an analytics tab. What's going to be the result from me posting this video? What are the likes, the views, the engagement? Okay? You got to set this up. This is what you're going to do on day number three. It might take you a few hours to have this calendar set up and you have all your links and stuff ready to go. Okay? Day number four, you're going to study, right? You're going to study top creators in your niche. Now we're going to go do a deep dive. Day number two, we did some market research. We just kind of got the meat and potatoes of everything, right? But day number four, we're going to do some market research. All right. What we're going to do on day number four is we're going to study the top 5 creators. Pick your top 5 creators in your niche. Okay. And then what you're going to do is boom. What are these creators? What are their angles? What are their top videos? Right? Who are they? What's their core message? Go look at their engagement. Go look at what people are commenting in their chat. Go look at their most asked question. You can put all this stuff in a spreadsheet. What are their audience? What are questions that their audience is asking them? What do their audience view as a positive from them? What is their audience lacking from them? What do their audience need? That's day number 5. You got to do this for 5 different creators. Okay? Every single piece of content that they have, what exactly did they do? What's their angle? Look at their comments. Look at their chats. What does their audience want from them? What does their audience like about them versus not like about them? Okay? Day number 5, we're going to define your unique perspective and voice. So based on your market research, we're going to now identify your unique perspective and voice. All right? This is important. Let me change that color. What color do I want here? We want this to be nice and memorable. Nice and memorable. 1 second. We want this to be nice and memorable. Okay, now that's still not nice and memorable. Y'all can't see it. Because we're going to color code these things, guys. Let's make this a light green. Perfect. Okay. So then number 5 is you're going to define your unique perspective and voice. What's going to be your angle? You now know your top creators. You now know like the kind of content that you want to possibly make. You've done your market research. You know what's working and not working in the niche, right? You know what problem you're going to solve. Now you're going to define your unique perspective and voice. What exactly are you going to do? What exactly are you going to say? What angles are you going to use? How are you going to go about this? Okay. All right. That's day number 5. These things, every single day is going to take you a few hours of work, minimum. Guarantee you, if you do it correctly, if you don't half-ass it. All right. Day number 6, but we're trying to build a profitable brand in 30 days. Okay. Day number 6 to 7, you're going to experiment with 3 different formats. This is going to be a lot of work. That's why it requires 2 days. All the dates that you guys see that are bunched up, right, is because these are going to require a lot of work. So day number 6 and 7, you're going to experiment with 3 different types of formats. Okay, which you're going to see the formats that have already worked, possibly different formats from different creators, and you're going to experiment with three different styles. That means you're going to shoot the video. You're going to make sure your delivery is on point. You're going to edit the video, 3 different styles of videos, and you're going to upload them on all platforms. Right? That's going to take you 2 days. Okay? You're making brand new videos that you've never done before. That's going to take you some time. All right? And I know some of you guys are like, what the hell? This is a lot of work. You're trying to build a profitable business. Don't forget that. Listen, I do have a personal brand mentorship where I help people build their personal brand. If you're a guy that, this is great information, but you don't want to have to walk through it on your own, you want somebody to kind of like help you automate this stuff. My personal brand mentorship is these things are done for my students. So they don't have to spend the time to do it themselves. Okay. So we can focus on being monetized. We can focus on scaling their business. If that's something that you want help with, go on the link in the description and the pinned comments. Apply for the Inner Circle Mentorship, man. Let's see if I can help you out. And also, don't forget that I have live trainings. I have a live training coming up where I can help you get started with your personal brand as well. Okay, let's say you're a guy that wants to get started with your voice and you want to know how exactly to do that. I also have a link in the chat as well. Okay, so yeah, you got to experiment with 3 different types of formats. Each format is going to take you some time because you're gonna do several versions of that format so you can master it. This is not easy, guys. Building a brand is difficult. I know. Some of you are like, what the fuck? I know. This is what must be done. Okay. Day numbers 8 through 10, 8 through 10, you must then, right, create your first pieces of content. So, okay, finding the formats, experimenting with the formats, we're basically experimenting with the formats. We got 8 through 10, we're going to then post the ones that we have rehearsed on the internet. 8 to 7, we're trying to figure out which one, how do I get through this? How do I improve my delivery? Days 8 through 10, you're actually posting it. You found the winning formats, and then now you're going to post. All right, days 11 through 12, you're going to analyze performance, and you're going to adjust approach. You're going to still post these days, but now you're going to include analyzation and adjusting your approach. So once you've experimented with different formats, you've created your first pieces of content, you're going to then analyze and see how that content performed while still posting. It's going to get even more and more intensive as the days goes on. Days 11 through 30 are going to be very tough because you got to keep doing 1 through 11 while doing the rest of them. So analyze your performance and adjust your approach. You got to keep doing this now in real time. Okay? We got to do this in real time. How did the videos do? Why didn't the videos do so well? Why did the video do better? What can you do to improve? Adjust your approach. Days number 13 to 15, we're almost halfway there. We're going to now establish a consistent posting schedule. This is where your calendar comes into play. Okay? You're going to have a consistent posting schedule of what to post exactly. You're now going to know what you need to post. That's days 13 to 15. Okay? Days 16 to 25 are now the audience building phase. Remember, we're trying to get this done in 30 days. Okay? Next, days 16 to 18, what are we going to do? Days 16 to 18, we're going to engage with audience comments. This is very, very good feedback. You've been posting. So remember I told you guys, from day 11 onwards is going to be very tough because you're going to have to do a lot of analytic stuff while also still posting. So you're going to engage with audience comments as you're still posting, as you're still editing. Okay? The reason you're doing this is so days 19 to 20, you can identify audience pain points. Right? Your audience will tell you a lot of what to do and what not to do. You got to figure out what their pain points are specifically. Once you know what their pain points are, days 21 to 22, you're going to create content around these pain points. You're going to take their pain points, put that in a spreadsheet, label it audience pain points, right? And then you're going to create content addressing these pain points. You're going to make content based on what they're going through, what problems they have, what questions they're giving you. You're going to make content around that. And then days 23 to 25, you're going to develop basic service offering. Okay, so we've experimented with formats. We now know what pain points our audience have. We're going to take the winning formats plus our audience's struggle, and we're going to come up with a basic offer. How can I give these people an offer to help them with their pain points? Okay, now days 26 to 30, you're going to now package your knowledge into a service. Okay, check this out. You're going to package your knowledge now into a service. Which, remember, the goal was to get you monetized in 30 days. Get you not monetized in 30 days. We want to build your personal brand in 30 days. Day 26, okay, here's my offer. I help you guys solve X problem by doing this. Remember, we had to start all the way from the beginning. Okay, date number 27, we're going to set up our pricing structure. Okay, once you know what your offer is, you should start getting some feedback. Let's say you put your offer in your bio, or you let it be known somehow on your stories or your page that this is what you're offering. You're going to then set up some pricing structure. Okay, what are you going to offer? Are you going to offer a month-to-month tier, 6-month tier, 3-month tier? Based on what these people need, you're going to have tiers of pricing. Are you going to offer more one-on-one services, more group services? What are you going to start off with? You should do high ticket only, right? I don't recommend any of y'all do low ticket, but you gotta know what you're gonna offer, and your offer essentially has to become irresistible. But we'll get to that in another video. Okay, day 28 to 29, you're gonna create a simple sales system. What does this mean? You need to have a landing page of some sort. All right, we build a custom application and landing page for our students. We help them go through this. So you can figure out what software you're going to use, essentially to pick out a landing page for your offer. I'm not telling you to build a website. I'm saying you need to have some means that these people are going to try to communicate with you and try to book calls or get on the phone with you to book your service. You're going to have to talk to these people to get them to for you to be able to sell their service. For you to be able to sell your service. Okay. And lastly, you're going to launch your offer. Okay. That's day 30. Day 30, you're now launching your offer. Once you have the structure, you got the service, you got a sales system, how they're going to communicate with you. What are you going to do when you get on the phone with them? How are you going to sell this product? I say you're just a beginner. So possibly just, hey, this is what I offer. This is how I can help you. Right? We don't even have to get into objection handling, none of that stuff now, because this is just, we're trying to get this is day 0 to 30. And then you launch your offer. You now have a pricing structure. It's packaged properly. Your offer can be behind some kind of paywall. Like it can be like, hey, this is my service. It cost, like, you don't put your price here. It's going to scare people. Right? Or you can do what a lot of coaches do is they put it on an infographic. They put what they offer on an infographic and they put it on their page. I don't recommend you do that because you're going to change your prices a lot. Simply because the bigger and bigger you get, you're going to have to charge more money because you have to improve your expertise and improve your fulfillment. You're going to need more manpower to do fulfillment. The bigger your company gets, the bigger your expenses get. All right. That's what sometimes the consumer doesn't understand. Just because you're buying a service from this person doesn't mean that their expenses are at 0. For them to fulfill a great service, it costs them money as well. So you're going to launch your offer. I don't recommend putting it on your page. I just recommend setting it up behind your application page. All right. So essentially, people know exactly when they get on a call with you, you know exactly how to pitch your service. Now your offer is out there. And we went from 0 to 30. This will give you this is a fast streak to building a profitable personal brand. Okay? There are going to be some challenges in this, right? This is like a framework of if somebody went incredibly balls to the wall and had all the right information and did everything correctly, this is what could happen. Okay? Now, there's going to be challenges in this. Most people, 9 out of 10, even if you follow this structure, it doesn't mean that you're going to make money. You're going to have a system set up that can make you money, but there's a lot of fine-tuned things in between. And this is where I come in. Okay? If you want help with this, right, it could take you 2 years to figure this shit out. 30 days is like a framework. Conversion is a different thing. All right. So if you don't want it to take you a long time and you want some help with this, link in the description and pin comments. Right. Apply for the Inner Circle mentorship. Let's see if we can help you out. If you're a guy, let's say you want to see, just how to establish your voice. We have a live training that's coming up this week as well. So you can sign up for that as well. Okay. All right, guys. Day 0 to 30. Get back with you guys next time.